Hi friends, welcome to Hemant YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn what is NAV and how to calculate NAV. NAV is nothing but net asset value. How many of you heard in CA Enter about NAV? NAV is nothing but net asset value. It simply represents the difference between assets and liabilities. It simply represents the difference between assets and liabilities. So net asset value defines what is the total assets over liabilities. Suppose you want to purchase a business. You will see whether to purchase or not. You will decide the consideration based on assets and liabilities. Suppose he said my total assets was 50,000 and he said my liabilities was 20,000. Yes, it is worthy to buy for 30,000. It is nothing but NAV. NAV is nothing but net asset value. So he said, I have 100 shares. I have 100 shares and you can buy 20 shares. So asset value per share equal to 300. So you have to pay maximum 6,000 for purchasing 20 shares. This is nothing but net asset value. Net asset value represent the market value of total assets less total liabilities attributable to those assets. Yes. Whenever you buy a mutual fund, they say NAV. NAV on day 1, NAV on day 2, NAV on day 3. What is this NAV? It is the net asset value or the value which you have to pay to the mutual fund for buying the share, or it is the amount you will get from the mutual fund when you redeem on that day. It is nothing but NAV. Yes, NAV changes daily. It may be 94 today and 93 tomorrow and daily. So NAV is nothing but uh, market value of investment plus receivable plus other accrued income plus other asset minus accrued expenses minus other liabilities. It simply says excess of assets over liabilities. Why NAV is calculated? Yes, whenever you buy an asset, you see how much return it give. But whenever you buy a business and decides how much to pay, you will decide based on financial statement, that is uh, excess of assets over liabilities. So in mutual funds, like shares, there will be no market, no secondary market. In mutual funds, directly mutual fund organization will sell to you, so they sell based on NAV. So let us discuss some problems. Cinderella Mutual Fund has the following assets in scheme Rodolph at the business closing business of Nairobi Limited 25,000 shares, market price 20 rupees. Dakar Limited 35,000 shares, 300 market price. Senegal Limited 29,000 shares, 380 market price per share. Cairo Limited 40,000 shares, 500 market price per share. Total number of units are given 10 lakhs. So they have saying they have invested in 4 shares and the amount is 25 and the number of shares is 25,000, 35,000, 29,000, 40,000 respectively. And they are saying they have other expenses 2,50,000 and other liabilities 2 lakh. Now we know how to calculate NAV. NAV is total assets minus total liabilities. Here total assets is nothing but total market value of investment and total liability is nothing but accrued expense and other liabilities. So uh, So here Nairobi Limited share 5 lakh market value, Dakar Limited 1 lakh 1 crore 5 lakhs, Senegal Limited 1 crore 10 lakh 20,000, Cairo 2 crores. Total investment value is 4 crore 20 lakh 20,000 and accrued expense are 2 lakh 50,000 and other liabilities are 2 lakh. So NAV we got for uh, total mutual fund. For calculating the number of units, we have to divide by number of units. So total value divided by NAV divided by number of units, we get NAV per unit. So like this NAV is calculated simply. Let us see other problem. In the given question, a mutual fund has invested in L Limited, M Limited, N Limited, P Limited. They have said in N Limited they invested 20,000 shares, M Limited 30,000 shares, N Limited 20,000 shares, P Limited 60,000. So market NAV at the end they are asking calculate NAV of the fund, and they are also saying an investor A, call name A, has given 30 lakhs to the mutual fund. It is nothing but he has given 30 lakhs to the mutual fund. He says that I want to invest in your mutual fund, take this 30 lakhs. Our fund manager with that 30 lakhs has purchased 8,000 shares. 8,000 shares at the rate of M Limited. M Limited at 312.4, and the balance was in bank. So 8,000 into 312.4 we have spent it on, and remaining will be in bank. So he is asking what will the position of the fund. They are also asking what is net asset value on 2nd February. First we have to calculate net asset value on 1st February 2012. Simply multiply number of shares with market price, we get NAV of total mutual fund, and when we divide with units we get NAV per unit. And they have given that he has A invested 30 lakhs. So first he has an investor invested 30 lakhs. So how many units he will get? How many units he will get? Here is the question. So NAV of the fund as on 1st February will be na, at that value he'll get units. So 30 lakhs divided by NAV as on 1st February 2012. We get total number of units. And here assets include M Limited newly bought shares and cash at bank. So let us see. NAV of the fund. Here 20,000 into 20, 4 lakh. Like that, multiply with the market price, we get the total value of the investment, and here we can see 6 lakhs at total number of units. Total number of units. So we get NAV of the fund. So the revised position of the fund, that is nothing but when an investor purchased when an investor has invested 30 lakhs, our fund manager has bought 8,000 new shares. 8,000 new M Limited shares. Previously it was 30,000. Now it has increased to 38,000. And the price is these are closing price. So our remaining was in cash. First of all, we have to see the revised position of the fund. That is nothing but total investments. See clearly here all the shares are there as on same as 1st February, but M Limited fund manager has bought M Limited shares of 8,000. So number of shares is 20,000. M Limited 30 plus 8,000. N Limited 20,000. P Limited 60,000. Here market price is given 20.5, 360, 383.1, 503.9. So we are calculating 20, 312.4, 361.2, 505.1. So it gives revised position as at February 1st. When we want on February 2nd, we have to multiply with the market price as on 2nd February. So here we get the total position of the fund, total position, total investment value, and here we get cash. Here we get cash. How much cash will be left? See, he has invested 8,000 shares at the rate 312.4. When we subtract this amount with 30 lakhs, we get 5,08,000 extra, which is in the form of bank. So we get the total value of fund as on 1st February. Here number of units is nothing but previously 6 lakh units were there. Additionally 30 lakh units were 30 lakh were invested. So total number of units given to new investor is 30 lakh divided by 78.84. Here we get total number of units. Now we are going to check on 2nd February what is the NAV. So here multiply with the market price as on 2nd February, 20,000 into 20.5, 20,000 into 20.5, 30,000 into 360, 20,000 into 383, 60,000 into 503. Here in M Limited we have purchased 8,000 shares, so 38,000 into 360. We get total value of investment and we have additional cash, that is 5,08,000. We get a total NAV of total mutual fund. When we want per unit, we have to divide by number of units. Here number of units equal to 6,38,053. So we get NAV per unit is 82.26. Now let us see another example, same like this. On 2009 at 4 p.m. the price was given, and mutual fund invested in A Limited, B Limited, C Limited, D Limited. A Limited at 10,000, market price 19.7, and so on and up to E Limited, and total number of units was given 8,000. Suppose we have to calculate NAV on 1st April 2009. 1st April 2009 we have to calculate NAV. It's simply we get by multiplying the total by getting the market value of investments plus divided by number of units, we get NAV. And an investor has given a check of 50 lakh. He said, take this 50 lakh, I'm going to invest in mutual fund. So with that 50 lakhs, our fund manager has purchased 18,000 shares of C Limited, and the balance is held in bank. Now suppose now A Limited, we get NAV, and HNI has given 50 lakhs, and with that fund manager of C Limited has purchased 18,000 shares. Then we have to find position of the fund. So he has invested 50 lakhs, and the number of units we get by total amount invested divided by NAV, we get number of units given to HNI. Now suppose on 2nd April 2009 the market price of the shares A Limited 20.3, B Limited 513, C Limited 290, D Limited 671, E Limited 44.1. So we have to find new NAV. So NAV as on 1st April 2000 we get number of shares into market price share, 10,000 into 19.7, and so on up to E, divided by total number of units, we get NAV 119.05. When we have to find a revised position of NAV, our fund manager has invested 18,000 shares, 18,000 of C Limited, 18,000. So C Limited at the rate 264.4. So for finding total fund, for finding total assets, for calculating the assets, here they have given HNS has invested 50 lakhs. So for calculating the NAV, we have to he has asked after that what will be the NAV. So for calculating the NAV, total number of shares as on the date. Here C Limited and HNI invested amount received from HNI was invested in C Limited, that is 18,000. So C Limited will become 28,000. For calculating and the remaining amount is held as cash in bank. So 10,000 into 20.3 we get 2,03,000. 50,000 into 5 13.7 we get 256.85. C limited 28,000 into 290 we get C limited, D limited, E limited, and the cash we get NAV of total fund, and when we divide with the number of units we get NAV per unit. And we are next question. They have said that NAV at the beginning of the year was 8.5 and at the end of the year it became 9.1. So meanwhile the fund has distributed 0.9 as dividend and 0.75 as capital gain. So they are asking what is a return. Return is nothing but closing value minus opening value plus any dividend. Here dividend include both capital dividend and dividend. So usually mutual fund pays out of capital gain some dividend. So that is nothing but capital dividend. When it pays from the dividend received from the company, it is called dividend. So we have to consider here both capital dividend and dividend for finding the funds return. Next, how this distribution? They have said that this distribution, this 0.9 plus 0.75 has been reinvested when NAV is 8.75. Suppose you own 200 units, what is the return? Is saying that the mutual fund has said that it is going to reinvest the capital dividend and the normal dividend. So what is the return if the mutual fund company is going to reinvest? Here we have said already, change in price, dividend received, capital gain distribution, we get total return. So total return divided by invested, 8.5 into 100 we get return on investment. So next it has also said 0.9 plus 0.75 is reinvested, that is nothing but 1.65. He has 200 shares, so he will get 330 rupees. This 330 rupees is reinvested at 8.75, so he get additional units of 37.75. Total number of units equal to 200 plus 37, we get 237.71, and NAV at the close is 9.1. 9.1 into 237 we get 2163.16. He has invested 1700, 200 into 8.5. So for calculating the NAV, closing value minus opening value divided by opening value. Here closing value is 2163, opening value 1700, because 200 into 8.5 we get return as 27.24. Here when mutual fund company reinvest, the return is more when we compared with mutual fund company not invested, it has distributed dividend. And thank you.